David and Goliath, a new retelling. In a time long ago, when kingdoms clashed and nations rose and fell by the sword, there was a great army, the Philistines. They were fierce warriors, feared by many, and they had set their sights on the lands of Israel. The Israelites, led by King Saul, gathered their forces and camped in the valley of Elah to defend their homeland. But despite their numbers, a terrible fear gripped them all. This fear was embodied in one man, or rather a giant. His name was Goliath of Gath, a warrior of incredible size, towering over all who stood before him. His armor gleamed under the hot sun, and his spear was as thick as a weaver's beam. Every day, for 40 days, Goliath would stride forward from the Philistine camp, his voice booming across the valley, taunting the Israelites. "Why do you even bother to line up for battle?" Goliath mocked. "Send one man, just one, to fight me. If he can kill me, we will be your slaves. But if I defeat him, you will be ours." The Israelites trembled, for none dared to challenge the giant. King Saul himself, though a mighty warrior, was hesitant. Fear had paralyzed his men, and Goliath's taunts gnawed at their pride. But hope would come from an unexpected place. In the small town of Bethlehem, there lived a shepherd boy named David. He was the youngest of 8 brothers, the son of Jesse. His days were spent tending sheep, playing his harp, and writing songs to God. He was not a soldier, nor had he seen the blood and chaos of battle. Yet, David's heart was strong, filled with courage and faith in the Lord. One day, Jesse sent David to the battlefield to bring food to his older brothers, who were soldiers in Saul's army. When David arrived, he overheard Goliath's taunts and saw the fear in the eyes of his fellow Israelites. "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that defies the armies of the living God?" David asked. His brothers scolded him, thinking he was being prideful. But David's words soon reached King Saul, who summoned the boy. David stood before the king, humble yet unwavering. "Let no man's heart fail because of him," David said. "I will go and fight this Philistine." Saul was skeptical. "You are just a boy, and he has been a warrior since his youth." But David, undeterred, replied, "I have fought lions and bears to protect my father's sheep. The Lord who delivered me from them will deliver me from this Philistine." With no armor and only a staff, sling, and 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook, David marched toward Goliath. The giant laughed, sneering down at the boy. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" David's voice rang clear and fearless. "You come at me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come at you in the name of the Lord of hosts. Today he will deliver you into my hands." And with that, David took a stone from his pouch, placed it in his sling, and with a swift motion, let it fly. The stone struck Goliath square in the forehead, and the giant fell with a great crash, his armor clattering to the ground. David ran to Goliath, took the giant's own sword, and cut off his head. The Philistines, seeing their champion defeated, fled in terror, and Israel triumphed that day. Thus, a shepherd boy became a hero, and the legend of David and Goliath was born, a story of faith, courage, and the power of a determined heart.